Tips with Tim.
And welcome back to Tips with Tim, the show where I, Tim, show you drawing tips, mostly about storyboarding, but of course not always. I wanted to answer a question somebody asked on one of my videos recently, and they asked, how would you stage a long conversation and keep it interesting? Which I thought was an excellent question and one that I could talk about for a couple of hours, but I will try to condense my answers to 1 or 2 minutes and hopefully be something you can use in any situation. Of course, you could just throw in some really cool and moody or dramatic camera angles, but to do that randomly doesn't really serve the scene. When you start a scene, you have to ask 2 questions. First, what is the scene about? Which means, what is its mood? And secondly, how does that mood change during the scene? Now, one pitfall even a seasoned storyboard artist can fall into is just to put the camera on whichever character is talking at the moment. And that's not always the best choice. For instance, let's say 2 characters are having dinner and one character is breaking up with the other. And maybe while they're listing everything that's gone wrong in their relationship, it's better to have the camera on the person listening. That's the bigger part of the story. Or let's say it's an awkward first date. The conversation, the actions are all fidgety and nervous. So why not put the camera on, say, fidgety fingers, to show their nervousness? Or better yet, to put the camera on the waiter as he's overhearing their conversation. That's the bigger part of the story. Also, as the mood changes, the characters should often change posture or position. Have your character stand up and walk across the room when the tension changes. Physical change works great if your characters are involved in something like, say, they're preparing dinner, or they're building a doghouse, or they're dancing. How does the conversation affect their activity? For a great example in staging a longer conversation, I want you to watch this scene from Peter Pan with Captain Hook and Tinkerbell and Mr. Smee. Watch it a couple of times with the volume off, with the volume on. Notice which shots are on the character talking, which are reaction shots. Note the mood of the scene and how when it changes, the characters move around and shift position, and how it changes the whole dynamic. It's just a brilliant scene from beginning to end. Enjoy it. So that's all the time we have now. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Tell your friends. And also remember, I've got a complete storyboarding for television course over at creatureartteacher.com. Tune in next time when we'll have more tips with Tim. Thanks. See you later.
Tips with Tim.